Crittenden County Basketball would like to thank these fine sponsors: Mark Williams, Whitetail Properties, re-elect Bart Frazer, County Attorney, Farmers Bank and Trust, Nathan Ratley at Marion Recycling, Livingston Hospital, H&H Home and Hardware, Tanner Tabor at YTG Insurance, First United Bank in Marion, elect Chad Nelson, Crittenden County Attorney, Colby Davis and West Kentucky Launchpad, Stuart Haberlock's Preferred Tree and Land, Lone Star Construction, Ellington Detailing, Roy Crane's Tire and Equipment Rental, Johnson's Furniture and Appliance, Jared Champion at JRC Kennels, Megan Roberts, Chiropractic and Wellness, Kenny Locke and Superior Exteriors, H&R Block of Marion, and Stark's Sports Training.
Welcome back, everybody. My name is Trace Dent. I want to thank you guys so much for joining me this week, and we're back with the Coaches Show, and I've got the one, the only, the great, the beautiful Miss Coach Shannon Hodge. So nice to see you.
Thanks,
So,
Trace.
Understand, we've been really, a lot of good games that we have been performing amazing in. And like I'm looking at the numbers, and I want to start off by saying I'm seeing rebounding a lot. We kind of talked about it before the show and last night. Your girls have been rebounding excellent. So I want you to tell me what's been going on for them to get in that stretch.
I think, in the last month or so, it's something that we've been emphasizing in practice. We have said it for the last 2 or 3 years. Rebounding is going to be the key to winning championships. And there have been games maybe that we didn't feel like we did it very well, that maybe led to a loss, and so we've really been focusing on it, and so I think they're buying in, and we're crashing a little bit harder in the offensive end, and trying to make the contact and be more physical defensively, and so it's paying off, especially against a team like last night when Hopkins Central is such a physical team. You have to really go to war and strap it up every time. So
now, are you a fan of them really physical games, or would you rather see a more spacing the floor, clean cut game?
Well, I think basketball is very much a contact sport. Mm-hmm. It's much more physical probably than people that haven't played much or that are just spectators really realize. Of course, clean, sharp games are fun to watch, but there's always going to be physicality. Absolutely. Always. It doesn't matter. It's always going to be there, and you have to set the tone early and be the most physical team. And, you've got to do that in a clean fashion. Mm-hmm. So I guess I like both of them.
Absolutely. So, speaking from the guys' side, like, of course, I've watched them a lot more on the men's side throughout the years. Y'all are coming up about to play Henderson, mm-hmm. and Henderson got y'all last year. Mm-hmm. And Henderson's got everybody for the last 7 years because that's the streak that they're on.
Yeah.
But we are going to probably play a physical game with them because that's how I always remember when I played against them, when I watched them. Mm-hmm. So what are the keys that come to your mind to beat this Henderson team? Well,
first of all, you got to forget that it says Henderson across their chest, and you just got to go play. And I try to give the girls a little bit of information about, of course, players and maybe what they do offensively and defensively. But recently we've talked more about what do we do, mm-hmm. And we've tried really hard again in this last month to really break down things defensively, whether it's being in the right angle when you're trying to defend the ball, or getting a hand in a passing lane but not getting out too much where you get beat back door. People do get beat back door, eating the space and snapping your head, all those little things. And so I think we have to be a very good defensive team, because they're going to run stuff. They're going to run stuff offensively. And so we have to be able to defend. And with this one-day tournament, I'll be honest with you, I take one game at a time. So the only thing I've watched on Henderson has been a little bit today while I've been trying to keep my 3-year-old grandson, so that hasn't been very much. Yeah. So we'll go to practice without just a lot of detail about them. But they're going to be the same Henderson that they've been for years. They're going to press you, and so if you don't value the basketball, you don't get in spots, in press offense and things like that. That's an issue. So we have to be able to do that. But I feel like we have a veteran team that can handle that. And if if we play like we're capable, it won't be an issue. But you have to rebound the ball too.
Yes.
We've got to rebound the ball, and we've got to be able to play fast, but play under control and get quality shots. From every possession. Not do things that will, be things that will be detrimental to ourselves, shooting ourselves in the foot, so to speak.
Yeah.
Don't take a rushed shot when you don't have to. Don't make a forced pass if you don't have to. Just value the basketball and be the aggressors, and let the chips fall where they may. I feel like we'll go and compete, and that's what we want to do. And right now, we'll be jockeying around and filling each other out for the potential meetings in the regional tournament. So this is a big game. It's a big game to, big measuring stick for us here right before postseason, and just a great game to be able to play to kind of get the feel for an opponent that you might see.
How important to you do you think it is to see a big team like this before you hit that postseason, where you might see them in that postseason run?
Well, I specifically tried to make our schedule where we were tested really early. In December we played a lot of first region really good teams. January, was a lot of, it was the All A, and it's been a lot of district games. And then when we've gotten into February, maybe other teams in the region that we haven't seen that are typically the stronger teams, whether it's Hop Central or Henderson, Hopkinsville, Madisonville, Christian County. And so, I purposely did that to try to give us looks at those teams that we would potentially see and to have those really good matchups here toward the end.
Now, no, you're not going to like me, and right here, because you're not the biggest person when it comes to talking about like these numbers and stuff like that. But I think it is important to acknowledge some of these things. And first, I want to start off, I'll get into the players in a second, but your team, y'all are 23s away from breaking this most made threes in a season.
Okay, I had no idea about that.
Which, as a coach, a lot of them are. But, kind of the reporter journalism side of me had to, look into those kind of things. So when people hear things like that and they do follow up with things like that, do you make sure to tell them, hey, there might be a record there, but I still want you to play your brand of basketball and not get too far ahead of yourself? Yeah,
I mean, we haven't talked about that. I don't know if they know anything about it, but, I certainly didn't. The three ball has become something that, has been a mainstay for us, and we've been fortunate enough to shoot the ball pretty well. Of course, we've had stretches where I felt like we've shot it too much, but it's something that the girls feel confident in, and when you do shoot the three, a lot of times you get your own rebound because it's going to bounce out long, and we've been fortunate to have that happen a little bit too. There was, I think, one time, I can't remember if it was in last night's game or the game before that, I think everybody on the floor shot a three in the same possession. All five of the people on the floor, which is a little much from my perspective. But it has been something that's been good to us, and I hope that we'll continue to shoot it well. Records are made to be broken.
Absolutely.
So I'm sure we'll get that one and move it on up the ladder for somebody to have to get later on.
Yeah. Now, before we talk about the two girls we got in studio, there is two girls that are, especially one of them you know very well, very close to big milestones. One of them being your daughter. She is 5 points away from 1,000. So what has that conversation been like, not just coach and player, but also mother and daughter before she inevitably, hits that?
I'll be honest with you, we haven't even discussed it, mother-daughter wise. We don't talk about, I don't really talk about those things with any of the kids. I don't want that pressure on them. I don't want that to be something that's, in the forefront of their minds or their teammates' minds. We just want to play. I mean, it's going to happen. So when it happens is not important. What is important is that Jordan is playing, her role on our team and doing the things that she should do to help us win, and that's the case with any of them. And our kids are so unselfish, and they don't really care. I mean, that's cool for those things, but it's not something that we make a huge deal out of. It is a big milestone. It is a big deal, and it will be cool. I know if when that happens, that there will be 3 kids on the team that have busted the 1,000-point mark, and I've never had that before, so I am aware of that. But it's just not something that that we talk about. Our conversations are more about the things we've done right and wrong in the game, and things we need to work on more than those kinds of things.
Yeah. So the 2 girls we got in studio is somebody that's already been here before. We got Briston Rushing, and then we got George Holman. So I want you to tell me about those 2 girls and what they mean to this team.
Well, we'll start with Georgia. And she's a senior that hadn't been on yet, and Georgia is a very valuable asset to our team. She comes in and off the bench, which is a difficult thing to do when it's a hot game, an intense game, but she comes in and plays hard, and she's always a defensive spark. She shoots the ball well, and so she's passed up some shots this year that I hope she'll look for those as we continue on through the season, because she is a good shooter. But she's somebody that I can always depend upon to come in and just play her game and do her job, and try to just keep us steady and do those little things that gives our team a boost. And that's what we've come to expect from her and know that we're going to get from her.
Yeah. And somebody that's really came on these last 3 games having back-to-back double-doubles, and then another game where she had a big rebounding game. Didn't do much on the point side, but her rebounding just stood out so much as Briston. So
Briston has done a great job the last 3 or 4 games. As far as I feel like she's played much more confidently on both ends of the floor, been more physical. I don't talk about things a whole lot, knock on wood, but no, I have a lot of confidence in her on both ends of the floor. And, 2 double-doubles, and then another game last night with 12 rebounds. And, I just said a while ago that rebounding is going to be the key to winning championships. And so, her role for on our team is definitely to get in there and get those boards, and she's been doing that. And I think taking her role more seriously, and I think she's enjoying that. I'm certainly enjoying it, and hopefully she'll continue. There shouldn't be any reason that she doesn't continue to do
absolutely.
that. So the expectation is set. So she's in trouble now.
Yeah, well, let's get these girls on here and see how much trouble Briston's in. So, thank you guys. We'll be right back in a minute.
All right.
Lady Rockets and Rockets want to thank the following businesses for supporting digital basketball content this season:
Mark Williams and Whitetail Properties,
Re-elect Bart Frazer, County Attorney,
Farmers Bank and Trust,
Nathan Ratley at Marion Recycling,
Livingston Hospital,
H&H Home and Hardware,
Tanner Tabor at YTG Insurance,
First United Bank in Marion,
elect Chad Nelson, Crittenden County Attorney,
Colby Davis in West Kentucky Launchpad,
Stuart Haberlock's Preferred Tree and Land,
Lone Star Construction,
Ellington Detailing,
Roy Crane Tire and Equipment Rental,
Johnson's Furniture and Appliance,
Jared Champion at JRC Kennels,
Megan Roberts Chiropractic and Wellness,
Kenny Locke and Superior Exteriors,
H&R Block Marion, Kentucky, and Stark's Sports Training.
Welcome back, everybody. I now have the 2 girls in studio who y'all have been waiting for this whole time. I got Georgia Holman and Briston Rushing. Guys, I want to thank y'all for being here. So we have a really big game coming up. So I want you to tell me what it's been like preparing for Henderson after not seeing them for a whole year, because me and you kind of talking off camera, and y'all were supposed to play them at some point in the summer, but it got canceled. But we're here now. We're about to play them. So tell me about your preparation.
Which we haven't really, we've prepared for them, but not fully, because like Coach Hodge said before, we do one game at a time, and we just had a big game last night, and we haven't had practice yet today. So it's really today preparing for them.
Georgia, as a guard, you've got this excellent group of guards with you. How are you making them better, and how do you see them becoming better?
During practice, Coach Hodge obviously has me guard at least one of them, so I usually guard Anna, and so I usually just try to do my best, keeping her away from the ball, which sometimes doesn't work because, I mean, it's Anna Boone.
Yeah,
So, I mean, inevitably.
It's okay. It's okay. Inevitably. It's okay.
Inevitably. Yep.
Yep, you got it. You're killing it. You're killing it, George.
She's just going to get the ball.
Yeah, she's going to do her thing. Yeah.
And, gosh dang it. I'm sorry.
You're fine. You're fine.
I mean, she's just going to get the ball. It's Anna Boone.
Yeah.
But, so I just try to keep her away from the ball and everything.
Just make her life tough on, on the offensive side. Yeah.
And then offensively, she usually guards me. And so I usually, if Coach Hodge tells me that I'm a shooter, then I'm going to shoot the ball.
Yeah.
As, like, at half court if she wants me to.
Yeah.
Drive the ball. And so, yeah.
Yeah. So with this season, coming towards the end, Briston, we kind of talked about how, a couple weeks ago, you're slowly getting better in that rebounding. That's where you're really finding your niche, especially in these last, 2 out of 3 games, you had 2 double-doubles. And also rebounding, got to give her a shout-out. Elliott's, I think it's 4 away. I think my numbers are right.
Yeah, I think she's 4.
5 rebounds away from 500.
Mm-hmm.
So y'all are rebounding very well.
Mm-hmm.
She's getting close to that mark too.
Mm-hmm.
So besides that rebounding, what else do you see yourself getting better at?
There was for a minute where I couldn't make a short shot to save my life, and it's gotten a lot better.
Yes.
Don't want to jinx myself though.
Of course.
But
Yeah. What about you, Georgia? It's okay. You're fine. What do you think you've gotten better at, like, the most as this season has gone on?
I think this season my defense has gotten a lot better. I just think that, and my shooting has gotten a lot better. I've gotten a lot more confident. I've definitely not taken as many shots as I needed to, especially last night. I had one that was wide open, and I just didn't shoot it.
Yeah.
But, yeah.
So, I want to ask y'all more like, personal, and let's kind of, you want to push away basketball a little bit, and because it is a personal game, y'all have these great relationships with your teammates. What has it been like playing with this team? Georgia, you want to go ahead?
This team has been a very special team. I've played with the seniors since like 3rd and 4th grade.
Yeah.
We've all been together. And this team just means a lot to me. Mm-hmm. It's been a long time. We've played together for a very long time, and so we have a very special bond.
Yeah.
We've obviously had our ups and downs, but I think this is just a really special team.
Yeah. What about you?
We've been playing with each other for a while. I think we're with each other more than we are our own families.
Yeah, yeah.
So obviously you grow close, and the weeks that we don't have practice or weekends, we're still with each other.
Yeah.
So you just create a bond that's very special to have.
Yeah, and so a part of that bond is not necessarily relationship-wise it's going to be broken, but spending time-wise, it will be broken at some point later on down the road. Mm-hmm. So with y'all being seniors, it's a little bit, because I went through it, like when I was a senior, Gabe Keller was like my guy in football and basketball. Love that guy. So when I didn't get to spend time with him, it hurts, But I want y'all to tell me, the girls that y'all will miss the most from these younger girls, that y'all won't, be seeing every day.
I really can't pick out a certain one. Yeah. But one that does stand out is Jordan. I will miss her a lot because she's just been playing with us for, a while now, and just have grown close to her.
Think it kind of feels like she has matured a little bit with y'all?
Yeah.
Yeah. What about you, Georgia?
I think the one girl that I'll miss the most is probably Sarah. She's just been my little, she rides with me. She's just been like one of my little favorite ones.
Is that your little like your dinner person that you
Yeah.
go with before games? Of course, yes. So now let's kind of lift your spirits up a little bit. Now we kind of talked about this off camera and how much y'all wanted to answer this because it's it's more fun to talk about. Who is the trash talker that y'all might not even see them sometimes because you got your back turned, but you hear them. So who's the trash talker that y'all are hearing the most?
We don't necessarily hear it, but after the game, Ellie will come in the locker room and be like, "Oh, I said this," and she really thinks she did something good.
Yeah,
but they're really not all that.
Yeah.
And then Jordan will let a few words out too sometimes.
Now, do we think that Jordan has pulled some of that from Miss Coach Hodge?
I don't know.
Maybe. What about you, Georgia? What are you seeing?
Definitely. I see Jordan talking a lot. There's been a few times where I've gotten into the game and Jordan was and I'm like, calm down.
Yeah.
Like,
You got to be the mediator. Like, hey, Jordan, we need you to pull it together a little bit. Yeah.
And then definitely Elliot, just like after the games. I don't really see her during the games, but definitely after the game in the locker room.
Do y'all think Elliot might be so slick that y'all aren't seeing her? Or
Most definitely, yes.
Maybe think she's
Yes.
lying.
No,
you believe her.
I believe
okay,
her 100%.
Okay. Yeah. So George had her on before, and we talked about her pregame ritual. Not heard yours yet. So what is one that you have?
Okay, so one thing about me is if my hair is not perfect, I'm going to be just mad, and it's just going to be a bad day.
So what do we have to do to the hair?
It's a slick back every single time. Depends on what I do to the end of it. Like if I just leave it, braid it, bubbles, or bun. Most of the time it's going to be a bun. I don't know. It's just something about not having I cannot have any bumps in my hair. If I do, it's getting taken out.
So if you get bumps in pregame, it's over. Is that kind of what
No,
I'm hearing?
by the time I'm done with my hair, it's not moving.
It's not moving. Okay.
It's not moving.
Okay.
I could get hit in the head with a basketball and it's not moving.
Okay. Now, I've already talked to you about your pregame ritual a couple weeks ago, but now kind of falling on the back of a little bit trash talking. Now, you were getting fouls at one point, but you necessarily weren't complaining about it when I'm watching you play. But myself included, we all complain about fouls a little bit when we get them. Who are you seeing complaining about fouls the most?
It's not really one person. It's whoever they're getting called on that game.
Okay.
Last night, it was Elliot, but in the past several games, it's been me. Jordan had several last night. Fed had some. Anna had some, and everybody has different reactions to them. So it's really just on who's getting them called on them that night, who reacts.
Yeah. So if y'all, y'all together, or whoever wants to take it over, I'll let one of y'all be the big guns here. What is a message that y'all have to the Crittenden fans before we play Henderson? George, you strike me as the one to stand up and talk. What would you like to say? What do you got?
Well, as our season's coming to an end, obviously, and this Henderson game is going to be very big. I think as a team and me personally, I just want to thank our fans and everybody who's been there from the very first game. They support us through everything, and I think they play a very big role in who we are. So
I think that's perfect. Girls, I want to thank y'all so much for being on here. Good luck to y'all. And, let's show out, Rocket fans. And, let's show Henderson what we can do. How's that sound? All right. Well, guys, we'll be back next week. I want to thank y'all for watching. Thank you.
Crittenden County Basketball would like to thank these fine sponsors: Mark Williams, Whitetail Properties, re-elect Bart Frazer, County Attorney, Farmers Bank and Trust, Nathan Ratley at Marion Recycling, Livingston Hospital, H&H Home and Hardware, Tanner Tabor at YTG Insurance, First United Bank in Marion, elect Chad Nelson, Crittenden County Attorney, Colby Davis and West Kentucky Launchpad, Stuart Haberlock's Preferred Tree and Land, Lone Star Construction, Ellington Detailing, Roy Crane's Tire and Equipment Rental, Johnson's Furniture and Appliance, Jared Champion at JRC Kennels, Megan Roberts, Chiropractic and Wellness, Kenny Locke and Superior Exteriors, H&R Block of Marion, and Stark's Sports Training.